How are you? So in today's session, we are going to talk about partitioning data into train and test set. So in the field of data science, data analytics, machine learning, deep learning, and artificial intelligence, we have to deal with data sets, abundant of data sets. So when we are going to make some machine learning and deep learning models, or let's say neural network models, while we are making our models, we have to divide our data set into two parts, which is train and test set. So this train and test set is really important, and I'm going to tell you that why we are going to divide our data set into train and test set, and what are the importance of these, and why we use it and how we gonna use it. So let's get into this and start our today's session. So data partitioning, the training and test partitioning typically involves the partitioning of data into training set and a test set in a specific ratio. Example, 70% of the data are used as the training set, and the 30% of the data are used as the test set. So here, let's say you have some, you can say like you have a data set where you have 3000 rows or 10,000 rows or 25,000 rows. So when you are provided with such a data set and you have to make some machine learning and deep learning model, then you can just divide your data set into 70% and 30%. That's an approach. Like you can also split your data into 10% of the testing dataset and the rest of the 90% of data for the training purpose, or you can use the 40% of data for the test purposes and the 60% of data for training purposes. But I want to tell you that you just don't take the 50% of data for training and 50% data for testing, because the as you gonna train some machine learning models, it's gonna use a high data set, and testing is just used to see the how our model gonna perform in our real world. So to see that how our model is going to be performed in real world, we use this test data set. So don't be like you just split your data set into 50 and 50. Just try to make a higher number ratio for the training and lesser number for the testing data set, and it's all up to you that how much ratio you want to give. But the 70% and the 30% are most of the data scientists and other machine learning and deep learning engineers were used to split their data. And also there was a theory like, if you have abundant of data sets, let's say you have 10 lakhs of rows or 20 lakh of rows. So then if you are splitting your data into 70 and 30%, let's say you having 20 lakh rows in your data set, and you are splitting your data in 70 and 30% ratio, then you have approximately 6 lakh rows for the testing purpose. But that was really large for the testing purpose. So you can decrease your percentage in testing and increase your percentage in training. So let's say you can use only 0.1% of your data set, let's say 10,000 rows of your data set for the testing purposes, and the rest of the 19 lakh 90,000 rest of the rows were used as the training purposes. So that's all about of this training and testing. So next comes like, you have this much of your data set. It is a pictorial view so that you can understand your things very easily, and make this picture in your mind. Like, let's say you have this much of your data set. This is like 10,000 of your 10,000 rows, 20,000 rows, or even the 20 lakh rows. So you have to divide your data sets in two parts, which is training and testing. And obviously you have to keep the ratio of for the training set larger than the testing set. And when you just make two ratios for training and testing set, then thereby you have to make another ratio for the validation data set for from the training, and make the three parts. One is testing, one is validation, and other one is training. So let's get in deep into this training set. The training set is used to train and build a model. As I already said, when you are going to build a model, you are making a model architecture and want to train that model, then you have to give him some data set. So the training set is that data set from which you are building or from which you are going to train your model, and the training set is used to fit the machine learning model. That means you have to train your model. In neural network model, the training set is used to obtain the network weights, as same as it is also telling the same thing but in the other words. That is like when you are training your model in neural networks, the weights of the neural networks gets updated. So to when you are get the best weights of the neural network, that means you are that when you are get the best weight of the neural network or the optimistic weight for the neural network, that means you are trained your model, that means you have a trained model. So getting so making updating your neural network weights is also known as, you can also say it as training your model. After fitting the model on training set, the performance of the model should be tested on the validation set. So when you have just trained your model on the training set, then after you have to test your model. Let's say like you have a let's take a simple example that you have an NCRT book, okay, and you are just preparing for your exams, coming exams. So when you are just preparing your books and your syllabus for your school exams or the college exam or any other exam, then while you are just preparing or learning from that book, sometimes the teacher or came and take some small test for like 10 marks or 20 marks, so something like that. They were taking some small class test. It is just like that. When you are just evaluating from the on the basis of the class test, like how much you get trained for your coming examination, this is same like that. Validation set is also like a class test for the models, machine learning and deep learning models, that how much it get trained and how much more we have to train that model so that it will perform very well in the real world. So next comes the validation set. Once a model is built using the training set, when we build our machine learning or deep learning model, the performance of the model must be validated using new data, keeping aside the original data which is fed for the training. So when we have just trained the model, let's say you have 10,000 rows, from that you just make 70% of the data for the testing set and the 30% of the data for the sorry test 70% of the data for the training set and the 30% of the data for the testing set. From that 70% data, that means from that 7,000 rows, you just take 1,000 rows for the validation and 6,000 rows for the training. So you have to keep sure things in mind that the 1,000 rows which you are using for the validation set will not go into the training part, will not fed into the training model. So keep aside those all those. Don't make like duplicates in don't make any duplicates for in the validation of the training set, or you can say like testing set. So keep the things difference in validation and training set. This data set is known as validation set. So this is all about the validation set, where you are just testing your model in small scale, like how your model is going to be performed in the real world. Then when your model gets tested, you just make some 5 to 6 architectures, and based on the validation accuracy and the validation laws and some things like that, just select one architecture on the basis of the validation test. And now you want to publish your model and want to see how much it gonna perform, how it gonna perform in the real world. So that for that the testing set is comes. The validation set is often used to fine tune models. That means when we just select some models, we do some fine tuning in our models, then as we use the validation set for fine tuning, hence we need another data set which is other than from both validation and training data set. So this testing data set doesn't contain any duplicates in both validation and training data set. Keep in mind, like when you are splitting your data, don't keep any duplicates in validation or training data set which matches exact which exactly matches to the testing data set. That's why we need the testing set. The accuracy of model on the test data gives a realistic estimate of the performance of the model on completely unseen data. So when you just test your data set on the testing set. When you just test your model, sorry, when you just test your model on the testing data set and get an testing accuracy or get an testing loss, then you just evaluate your model, then you just get an estimate about your perfect estimate about your model, that how your model is going to be performed in the real world, and how much you want to do more work in this model so that it will may perform much better or much good in the real world. So after this, in coding session, well, that's all about the theory session. In coding session, I want to show you that how you just split your data in training and testing set, also in the validation data set. So here we are going to use the sklearn library, that is the scikit-learn library, for splitting the data for the training, for splitting the data for the train, test, and validation data sets. So that's all about the code theory part.